Hi, I'm Charlie Anderson. And if you're like me, you're experiencing some hearing problems. In my case, I've been having problems understanding what people are saying. Now, I can hear them, but the words aren't clear. Also, my wife Ann says I keep the TV just a little too loud. I also have problems understanding the words in church and when we go out to lunch. I can't make out what she's saying. It was frustrating for me, as well as for those around me too. Well, I finally decided to do something about it. I called Beltone and I scheduled an appointment for a hearing test. This was all new to me, so I had concerns about the time involved as well as the testing procedures and of course what they may find. I'm sure you have some of those same concerns too. So I want to tell you about my recent experience. When making the appointment, they asked me to bring my wife with me, and we arrived right on time.
Good morning, you must be Mr. Anderson. That's right. How are you today?
Our first task was to fill out the standard questionnaire, which was simple enough. And then we were asked to come back to the testing area by the hearing specialist, Jen. Once the introductions were made, Jen had me sit in front of what they call an otoscope. I told Jen about my hearing issues. She asked me about medications, and specifically about blood pressure and diabetes. That's because they can affect your hearing. Since I take blood pressure medicine, that was a good thing to know. Next, Jen looked into both ears. It was a simple exam to check for wax buildup, etc. Although seeing the inside of my ears on the scope was pretty interesting. Next, they wanted to test the sound frequencies that I could hear by having me listen to tones, both high and low, in each ear. They had me sit down and put on headphones, then push a button each time I heard a tone. It was simple enough, and I was sure I aced the test. The last test was called a bone conduction test, which is simply a test to determine the type of loss a patient has and whether or not a medical referral is necessary. All the tests were painless, non-invasive, and free. It was also very fast. The whole testing procedure lasted about 30 minutes. Now for the moment of truth, as Jen went over the tests. Apparently, I had not done as well as I thought. I had a significant hearing loss in my left ear, and also a loss, but not quite as bad, in my right ear. But Jen explained the good news was the technology that Beltone uses is very advanced and can improve my hearing a great deal. Based on my lifestyle that I shared with her earlier, she recommended a new set of all-digital Promise hearing aids, a Beltone exclusive. These fit comfortably over your ear, are almost completely invisible, and a clear, soft plastic tube goes over your ear and down into your canal. They're small, and with Beltone's exclusive computer programming, they can set the hearing aids for multiple talkers, restaurant noise, or church services automatically. Jen made some adjustments for my hearing range, and then we ran a few tests. The hearing aids were comfortable to wear, and she was right. You couldn't even see them. First, I repeated words that she was saying, and slight adjustments were made. And then she had my wife say a few things to make sure we had them tuned just right. It felt really different at first to hear that well again, but the results were absolutely amazing. I couldn't wait to go out to a restaurant and celebrate my newfound life. I was just sorry that I had waited so long to take this simple step. So if you're struggling with hearing loss, you owe it to yourself to hear what you're missing. It's simple, fast, and painless. So what are you waiting for? Call Beltone today. You'll be glad you did.